This is such a mess. This is why I told y'all this is not a makeup tutorial. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Edwina and this is Versicolor Closet, where we love all things colorful. In today's video, we're doing things a little different. I'm taking you guys behind the scenes to get ready with me. I am heading to a Sweet 16 today, so I decided to just, get all dolled up with you guys. So this is my first time doing this, so give me some grace, okay? I'm happy to share. So if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them below. And without any further ado, let's get started. All right, so I'm starting with chapstick. This is gonna be kind of weird for me because I've never filmed in my bathroom before. So I'm sure I'm gonna be looking away and doing all these things, but you guys will bear with me. So I already washed my face. What I like to do is the lotion that I use for my face, I put it on my hands because I don't want any other products that are not face products to be all over my face. So for sunscreen slash moisturizer, I use the Black Girl sunscreen. It's SPF 30 and I really like it. It's very moisturizing, but it doesn't leave your face feeling like greasy or anything. Before I do that, let me add my serums and all of these things, and then I'll get to that step next. So I have been loving this Dermalogica Biolumin C serum. It is a vitamin C serum, but you see how small it is? This is 1 ounce and it's very expensive. I can see why, because it's just so good, but I don't know, it's pricey. I use just a little bit, like 2 or 3 drops, and I rub it all over my hands and put it all over my face. Typically I'm looking in the mirror when I'm doing this, but now I can't really see myself. Anyway, I highly recommend this. This is, I want to say it's either $79 or $89. I've had it for a few months, so it does last a while because you're only using a few drops at a time. But again, just be aware of the price. Not everybody likes to spend this much on products, but when it's your face, it's worth it. So highly recommend. Another thing I've been using for my lips that I really like is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. It is the grapefruit flavor or whatever. So you could put this on before you go to bed, but sometimes I actually use it as a chapstick. Highly recommend. I really love this and it will last you forever. Like, I've been using it for so long and I still have so much left. So typically, like, I would wash my face, I would tone. I've had multiple toners, but right now I'm using the Witch Hazel by Thayers. It's the lemon formula. I recently found out that Witch Hazel is actually not good for your skin. I don't know, I haven't had any adverse reaction with it, so I would say tread lightly and just, do your own research before you use it. So yeah. And another thing I have to do right now is use this medicated thing because I mentioned in a previous vlog that I had like an allergic reaction or something around my lips. So you might notice some discoloration. So I have to put this on just to hopefully get this thing to go away. This was prescribed by my dermatologist. So I hope that it will actually work. Now that I'm done prepping my skin, I'm gonna use the sunscreen slash moisturizer. I only use about this much and I rub it in really good in my hand. And I like to pat it. And then whatever's left, I rub it all over my hands. So my hands are also moisturized. Let's get to the brows. I'm using a little eyebrow pencil from the beauty supply store. I believe this one is by Wet n Wild. It's actually much darker than what I prefer, but I don't know if they changed their formulas, but I can't seem to find the ones that I used to use in the past that was great, so I'm using this one for now. I use a spoolie to just blend everything in. I don't like when you have that harsh like square in front of your brows. So I just use the spoolie to just blend that like so, and then I'll use the concealer to clean it up. For concealer, I alternate between the MAC Pro Longwear concealer and the LA Girl Pro Conceal. Everybody knows this, everybody uses this. I use the color Toffee, and in the MAC I use NW40. So yeah, this is more like full coverage, which works better if you have like dark circles, but this works because it's really close to my skin tone. I don't prefer when you have the really light, you know, like concealer that you could see directly over and under your brow. So I try to go for something that's really close to my skin tone. So I will go ahead and use this one. I also like to blend down the concealer towards my eyelid so that everything is, you know, seamless, and that also allows the eyeshadow to adhere to my eyelid. So I'm gonna put way less under this brow. Do you guys wax your eyebrows, or do you just use the little razors at home? I used to wax my brows on a bi-weekly basis until I just started doing it on my own, and I was like, okay, this is not so bad. I actually do need to do them now, but we don't have time for that today. So I was actually supposed to be done filming by now, but I woke up early and started cleaning. I was done cleaning by 9 o'clock, got something to eat, and trying to get this video done so that I can actually film another video before stepping out. I have somewhere to be at 4 o'clock, and it is currently 11, so hopefully that gives me enough time. So I don't add more product on the brush before doing this at the top of my brows. Because I don't want it to look, you know, I just use whatever's left on the brush just to clean it up. And I see a lot of influencers, like beauty gurus, they actually do their face makeup first and do the eyebrow. And I think after, I don't know if there's a right or wrong way. I'm just using the rest of the concealer that was on my hand and just spreading it over my eyelid. For my eyeshadow, I don't like to do the most. I like using this Perception palette. It's by Shayla from her ColourPop collection. I really like the colors in it. I broke it. If you could see, I broke some of the colors in there, but I love using the shimmery colors for highlights. And yeah, but I'm gonna use, I usually use these two as like, they're really like skin tone-ish colors. So I use them as transition colors. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk through this part just so I don't get too distracted and that this video doesn't end up being 2 hours long. So let's watch. So I'm not going to be doing a lot. I love using that Revenge, which is like this, I don't know what you would call it. I love using it to put all over my eyelids, and that's it. I would just use another transition color just to clean it up, but this is like the easiest shadow look ever. I stop right at the crease. I could add another layer if it appears too sheer, but you can find this color in like basically every like neutral palette. So I hope that everything is like in focus and stuff, because I can't really see what's going on. I'm going to use another clean brush, and then I'm using this color Culture. It's basically my skin tone color, and I use it just to clean up what I've done on top. And I also use it to like blend in the previous color. I do this no matter the season. That's the one area I'm not really colorful in. Back in the day, I used to experiment with like yellows and blues and things like that in eyeshadow. Now, I keep it really, really neutral. That way I could be a little bolder with my lipstick, because I love lipstick. I really don't have enough, but that's my favorite thing about makeup, just having a nice bold lip. That's pretty much it. Next, I'm going to use my e.l.f. liquid eyeliner to line my eyes. So I start with like a line going upwards. Then I connect that dot to the inner corner of my eye. Okay. This is not gonna work. I can't see. When I do need to clean, you know, liner mistakes like this, I use an oil and a Q-tip. This is such a mess. This is why I told y'all this is not a makeup tutorial. This is one of my face oils. I put a little bit in the cap, and I use the Q-tip in it and just erase what I've done without messing up the eyeshadow. But yeah, I'm gonna use that same eyeshadow brush and just blend all that in all over again to make sure we don't mess things up. Well, we already did, but it's all right. I'm gonna have to probably do this off camera because I really can't see. Okay, so I went ahead and finished my eyeliner off camera because I really couldn't do it without looking in the mirror. So now I'm doing just a little bit of highlight on the inner corners or tear ducts. I love this color because it basically is the shimmery version of the color that I have on my lid. So it just adds a little extra pop, which I really like doing. On days where I'm not wearing eyeshadow, I still like doing this with just, you know, put a little foundation on, add this, a little mascara, and you look like you tried a little harder than you did. Now would be the time that I add my primer, but I ran out. So I'm just going to go with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation. That was a mouthful. I wear number 420. I just used 2 pumps, and then I blend it all in with this sponge. This is like, I guess, a different version of a beauty blender. I got it from Target. I believe it was $5. The beauty blender is $20. So if you're looking for a more affordable option, you might like this one. I'm not sure what brand it is, but again, it's from Target. I like how big it is, and I tend to just pat everything in. The blending is really necessary. I don't focus too much on my under eye because I'm going to add concealer there. I also don't do too much color correcting because my skin is pretty much even. I have a couple dark spots right here because those are some pimples that are going away, but I don't go crazy over them. Let them do what they do. But you gotta blend, 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 and blend some more. I have a darker shade of the concealer that I could use for contour, and I would usually put a little bit where I have that discoloration around my mouth. So I would put it on and let it dry down a little bit before I blend it in. Well, obviously this wouldn't apply to you guys since you don't have the issues that I have. I am putting a little bit of the MAC concealer under my eye. I noticed that lately the YouTubers only put it here and there, and I'm like, you're still gonna blend it all the way. I'm not sure what difference it makes, but again, I'm not the expert here, so follow the pros. I'm adding a little bit of that concealer on the dark spots since this one is a little more full coverage. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of that darker concealer to do minimal contour. I don't know if you guys are learning anything from this video. Like I'm saying, like I said, this is not to, I don't know if this is really to teach you anything. It's really just to hang out with me. So I would let this dry down typically longer, but I'm in a rush. So I'm just gonna blend this out. And then, now that I'm done blending this, I use the same brush and blend that out. That's why it's necessary to wash these things when you're done, because if I reuse this, then I'm gonna have the darker color under my eyes, and we don't want that. And I use my setting powder and use the same beauty blender and just add some underneath my eyes while I let it bake a little bit. I go ahead and use what's left, and I would even put it over my brows, because sometimes when your face starts getting oily later on in the day, your brows would also get oily. So I like to just pat a little bit of the setting powder over my brows. While I let this bake a little more, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag Volumizing Mascara. Might need a mirror for this. Y'all see that? I totally added it on my eyeshadow. I'm just gonna take my eyeshadow brush and just blend that in. I used to freak out when I would mess up my makeup. Now I'm just like, I'll just fix it, no big deal. I really don't have too much lashes, so mascara is a must. And I like putting just a small layer on my bottom lash as well. So now I'm going to just blend this out. I have two beauty marks, one on the side of my nose and one on the side of my cheek, that usually after I apply my foundation and my powders you could barely see them. So I go in with my e.l.f. liquid liner and just literally put a dot right over where they are. So I don't know if you guys have these beauty marks on your face, but if you do, you could do this. Like so. I'm going to be using this palette called The Nudes by Juvia's Place. I'm going to use this one in the center here to highlight. So I'm just gonna put a light layer on my cheekbones and do the same on this side. It's very like sheer, so you can barely see it. Whatever's left on the brush, I put it on my forehead and the tip of my nose. Another thing I haven't done is using bronzer, so I'm just gonna put a little bit around where I contoured. So this basically sets the contour just like the setting powder set the foundation and concealer. Lastly are the lips. I am using this plum colored lip liner. One thing I love to do to make sure my lips stay moisturized is to use a lip scrub. So every few nights I would scrub my lips and then use that Laneige lip mask that I told you guys about earlier. So you got to take care of the lips if you want your lipstick to actually look really good. And then for the lipstick, I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink in the color 12. It is called Seal the Deal. It's a really bright like fuchsia pink. And this is why I love to keep my eyeshadow kind of neutral, because the bolder the lip, the better. Like I really like it bright. And for like during the fall and winter, I like the really like dark, you know, plum burgundy colors. So yeah. For a dewy finish, I used the NYX Dewy Finish long lasting setting spray. So I'm just going to spray this all over my face. This feels so good. I think I spray way too much. I don't know what the correct amount is, so it's whatever. When I'm on the go, I use the Mario Badescu Rose Water that I just put some in a smaller bottle so that I could travel with it. But I like having this in my purse. Whenever it's really hot, I would just spray this all over my face, and the mist is just so refreshing. So that's that for the makeup. It's pretty simple. Next, I'm just going to remove my little, whatever you call this. I got this at Marshall's. They are so cute, and I find it easy to just, you know, try to keep my hair out of my face. So get you one of these. And this is the final look. Now let's go get dressed. So I put on my little red dress, and for jewelry I'm going with these earrings. I am going to a sweet 16, so I didn't want to do anything that was, you know, too sexy or anything like that. So I kind of went simple. For the shoes, I am going with these stunning heels. I love the heels. Y'all see this? This is so beautiful. These were gifted to me for my birthday. I've linked them multiple times, but I really love them. They're like the perfect mule to dress up. And this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me for today's video. I plan to do more of these if you guys enjoy them, so definitely comment below, let me know what I should incorporate. I feel like it would be more fun if I was answering some questions, so if you ever have any questions for me, don't hesitate to send me a DM or a comment on under any of my videos, and I will definitely be sure to answer them. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.